What's up, DJ Vision fam? And welcome to the new Tuesday Studio Sesh. I'm happy to be back and happy to be talking with you about a little bit of what I do. So to start off, I actually have a project file on Ableton ready to go. And if you guys have any questions throughout this video, please just comment and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. So this is meant for producers or even people that love music and want to see a behind the scenes look of what I do. So here we go. So I'm opening up Ableton right now. As you can see, I have a file that I have made, and I'm just going to break down a few things so far, but I'll let you listen to the track. It sounds something like this. So that's what I have. It's a starting point, and to start us off, I want to break down each part individually. So right now I've just isolated the first section. So that was like a little drum loop I made. And so what I'm using are these Abjo samples from Splice, as you can hear, all different kinds. But for instance, this clap, I had to put an EQ8 on, which essentially is like when you EQ your car to have more bass. It's basically doing the same kind of thing. So for me, it's making a new sound out of this clap. So originally it sounded more like this. So very bright and tinty is the best word. And so I wanted to give it a little bit more oomph, I guess you could say, and blend a little bit smoother. So I EQ'd the highs a little bit, or in the mids a little bit down, as you can see, a little bit of the highs. So that way it blends in a lot better with the sounds I'm using. Moving on, then I added in this next clap. I also did the same thing, EQ'd the top part of it because it was just a little too tinty. I like smooth stuff. Then I went to Serato sample, where basically the core of the song is. And so as you'll see, this is my Serato sample file. I dragged in a sample from Splice as well. It had to do with like a piano kind of loop. So this is what it sounded like. So that was it, and I chopped it up. Something like that, and so then you end up with something like this. I loved how it just caught it when I chopped it up, so I was like, ooh, that sounds really cool. Next, I did a Serum plugin. It was called Smooth Synth 90s. That's what I labeled it as, a custom synth I made out of just a simple sine wave. But it sounds like this. I've added some chorus just to give it a little bit more dimension. I add a few effects just to make it like oomph. And then together it sounds more like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So next, what I would do is I might go into a different plugin and see what I can find there. Let's go to expand. Let's see what we got in here in this gem of a plugin. A funny story about expand. They actually gave me that plugin for free because I bought a controller. It was my first MIDI controller ever. It's sitting right down here. Can't remember the name of it because I covered it with a bunch of stickers. But I still use the MIDI controller to this day, and these sounds are really great. So check this one out. It's pretty smooth. Oh yeah. So anywho, we're gonna see what we can add to this. I'm just gonna play around with some sounds. I'm going to add, again, some more flair to it, make it more unique. multi-dynamics. That's tight. Won't you tell me? So we're getting somewhere, right? So this just takes time, this process of repeating and trying and making new sounds. It doesn't happen overnight, let me put it that way. So it's very important to just keep focused on what you're doing, and you'll start to feel something. You'll be moved by the music. Like I was just there. I was getting kind of a trance because I want to add an instrument to it. So I'm going to go actually over here to my instruments and use I'm going to do a sampler this time. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to stick with that last one I just did. So I'm just going to take that, copy and paste it all the way across. And this is kind of like my method, honestly, is I just keep messing with samples over and over again. I'm going to give it some ROM, which is a great plugin made by Native Instruments. I highly recommend it. It's different than the stock reverb that you get with Ableton. It kind of has, again, like more of an airy kind of vibe to it. And so, yeah, the next part pretty much is just structuring it out. What I might do is now just listen to certain pieces together. So I might take, say, this part out, this part out, this part out, and see what it sounds like. Oh, yeah. If I want something deeper toned, I'll just do this real fast. I might go to, say, massive and just open up a sub and get some really deep, low, pretty much trap music subs. So let's just see what we can find real fast. I'm looking for bass. I'm looking for sub bass. And I like the beat low 2 is my favorite. It just has a really good sound to it. Alright, so there we go. We got it on the last try. So this is it right here. And yeah, this would be getting closer to a more laid out sort of song that would be on its way. Let me put it that, because I actually feel it. I don't like to make songs that I don't feel. And in this case, I'm feeling it. So that's a wonderful thing. It really is just a process of going back and forth, making sure everything is right and working smoothly. Like I said, I'd run it through some mixing programs. For the sub in particular, I would probably use Neutron 3, and I would find a preset that's pretty close to what I want it. And you just, like, with presets, that's usually what I always use, and you just find the ones that work for you. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So here we go. Well, that is it on this lovely Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great experience watching. And thank you again. I can't say enough. I do this because I love it, and I appreciate every single one of you who support me. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tomorrow should be fun because we're going to be focusing more so on the machine software within this little bad boy right here called the Machine MK3. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you on the flip side. Deuces.